I would first look for the patterns. So in this case, two sets of rounding bottoms. And when you have two, clearly what happened here was that after the second one, there was a rise to a little bit of a higher high, and then it just went kaput. Could this be a cup and handle? Not exactly. Because the lowest point is, I believe, lowest point here is the lowest point in the price between the two rounded bottoms. The other overarching pattern would be more in the line of a broadening pattern, I think. And we know that this is one of the most common patterns in cryptosphere, especially for altcoins. I've often called this the jaws of wealth. Price has successfully touched the bottom, the top, touched the bottom trend line, touched the top again, and now is sitting on the bottom trend line. If the prior rounded bottoms are any guidance from a fractal perspective, so we can call this fractal number 1. Call this fractal number 2. And if these two fractals are any of guidance, then we can kind of assess and forward discern what could happen on the price activity. Throwing this freehand is not easy. So we can say that there could be a bit of a basing period. Let me do that one more time, please. If this is the potential for Cofound.it, CFI, then it will be during these times here which would be the ideal accumulation zones. So during these accumulation zones, it becomes pretty frustrating for people I know who may have bought it up here. But when you have the forest perspective, and when you are able to forward discern and plan accordingly based on the forest larger degree of trend perspective, it really does keep the panic, the frustration away. And during this time of bottoming phase, it may not be this long. It may be much shorter. But if the fractals or prior fractals any guidance, the basing period did get longer. What would be really exciting would be here. Quite often when people buy at a higher price and when it comes down to a lower basing period, they are so disgusted they're not going to buy anymore. Quite often you'll be surprised when you buy, when you feel the most disgusted, you profit the most. That is almost becoming a self-contrarian, a contrarian against yourself, against your own emotions. When you feel the giddy the most, when you feel the happy the most, that it can never stop going higher and higher and higher, that's when you should sell and take your profits. So I think if this does play out, we have a target potential of 69 cents. And in the timeline that I've redrawn this into will be maybe early fall time frame. And again, this will be the zone of accumulation. What I usually typically try to do is whenever prices come here and it spikes below the line, below the lower trend line, lower yellow trend line, whenever it spikes below it, I'd have a buy one right there scheduled, preset. And if you want to learn more about the buy laddering technique, all of that is explained in the tutorial videos at the end of each blog of mine that's listed, except for the DTube blogs. I haven't figured out how to put the hyperlinks onto that one yet. And this analysis here will be on DTube as well, which I think is great. So if we go to 69 cents, you're going to sense your emotion going from disgust to a little bit of happiness. And as price goes up, you're going to say, oh my goodness, this is great. And then you're going to see higher all-time highs. You're going to feel really good and you should start selling. But I think if you look at it from an earlier wave perspective, you may see something to that effect. And what this means is that if you are also aware and to a certain degree become proficient in earlier wave analysis, you'll be, and the pattern recognition, combining the two would allow you to give you a certain level of geo positioning as to where the price is in the trajectory towards the top line, the top upper trend line. So I hope this has been helpful. This is a bullish case in my opinion on a longer term time frame. And just because it's in the doldrums right now for the next few weeks to a couple of months, what have you, 3 months, if this is how long it takes, I don't think it means that Cofound.it becomes a dead coin at all. Okay, so I hope If you have any questions, let me know. But as I often say, I hope I have earned the right to ask you for your consideration of an upvote, follow, and re-steam. My blog is almost about to hit and exceed the 25,000 follower target. I find that very exciting, and I'm also very grateful. Despite the army of trolls who are doing all the best that they can to take me down, to take this blog down, I think it's pretty amazing that they cannot deny that people follow a blog for good reasons, not bad. I'm accused of contributing nothing to Steam It, and I completely disagree with that. I think that is a lie. If you have found my blogs to be helpful, then you would probably disagree with such a statement saying that I have contributed nothing to Steam It. All of the racist memes that have been put out, which is just amazing how that can just go unmoderated in Steam It. It is the true Wild West here on Steam It. Survival of the fittest. And anonymity behind a computer. It's amazing also how much of an ugliness of a person's trueness comes up because they are hiding behind a computer and a screen and a username. They say and do things that they would never say and do in front of your face. But even if you are behind a computer and behind a username and you maintain your civility and your professionalism and your discipline, I think example speaks the best. Thanks for your time, and I hope that you find this to be helpful. Have a great day.